What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back once again, and man, was this episode for episode 8, the final season of Mandalorian. Not the final season, but the final episode of Mandalorian. It was a heck of an episode. So if you guys want to go ahead and just sit back, let's relax. Now it does begin off right where the scout troopers begin to pick up the baby, and they start arguing about the baby and where it's gonna go, what they're gonna do with it. One of the troopers wants to see it, and they have an argument, and then they kind of pay homage to stormtroopers not being able to shoot worth of nothing. So I found that kind of funny. And then of course you see the droid, the hunter droid, come and saying that it is the nurse of the baby Yoda, and as soon as we get to see that, he takes out the scout troopers immediately, and then we get to see where he just hops on the speeder bike and just goes into town, and you see baby Yoda looking, and then as soon as that happens, we do see where Magna, he does say that he knows exactly who everybody is. He knows who Carr is. He knows who Mando is. And what is so crazy, he calls Mando by his actual name, which is Jin. And we finally get to see the backstory of the Mando in this episode, which was absolutely crazy. And we also get to see where as soon as he's telling them that you have until sundown to basically give me what I want, and they basically say, okay, well, we gotta find a way out of here. And the Mando's like, okay, he says, I know who he is. And he says, well, what do you mean? He says, he called me by my name. He says, yes, so. He says, because I haven't heard that name since I was a child. And he says, well, okay. He says, but you were born on Mandalore, right? He says, no. And then Cara basically states that you're not, basically, it's not a species, it's a creed. And it goes into the flashback scene of showing when he was a child, that you see the Separatist droids, they were killing everybody on his planet. And right when you get to see where his parents put him, like in a bunker, and then as soon as the droid opened it and he was going to fire on him, you see an unknown Mandalorian grabs him and carries him off with his jetpack, and you see the other Mandos coming in, fighting to help try to fight against the Separatist droids, which I thought was really cool in this one, because this is something that we really need within the realm of Star Wars, that everybody, I think including myself, wanted to see more Mandalorians. And as soon as that happens, we see where the hunter droid comes in, starts trying to shoot at everybody, and we see one of the turrets that was set up that was a homage to the Empire, and then we get to see where everybody starts coming out, shooting everywhere, taking out the Death Troopers, taking out everybody, and as soon as that happens, we get to see where Mando does get shot by the Imperial officer, and then soon Carr grabs him, brings him in, and so does the hunter droid, bringing the baby. And they're arguing back and forth, like, okay, I gotta go, I'm not gonna make it. And he basically tells Carr to take care of baby Yoda. And as soon as he tells her to take care of baby Yoda, the hunter droid basically says that he can't open the bottom of where they're at. So he basically tells them that he wants to die a hunter's death, and we get to see where baby Yoda does save the day, when we get to see where Mama does tell them, okay, burn them out, and Baby Yoda does protect them by force. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. We got to see more of the Baby Yoda's power, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And then he basically tells Cara to protect the child. And right when you see where the hunter droid wants to take off Mando's mask to basically help him because he's been severely injured, he says, I haven't had it off since I was a child. He says, and also not another living person can see me. And he says, well, I'm not living. So it does kind of help him out a little bit. So he does heal him with some spray to where it did help, where Vader was in his back to tank. Same thing with Luke when he was getting healed up as well. So we got to see different things, which I actually thought was good to see. And then we see where they go into the tunnels of the planet, and we finally get to see where they're all reunited. They come across the so-called leader of the Mandalorians, and we see where most of the Mandalorians in there either were killed, fled, because you can see just armor everywhere. And he says, who did this? And he's arguing with the head of the guild, and he's stating, what did you do? And he says, it wasn't us, it had to be Imperial. Where the so-called leader of the Mandalorians does state that it was Imperial that came down there. She says she's not certain who survived, who did not. So basically, after arguing a little bit through, she basically tells the Mando that, of course, that you're gonna have to. She looks at the child. She says, "This is a child that you're gonna kill as well as save." He says yes, and he saved me. So we get to see where she tells him that you're gonna have to pretty much raise him until you find his family, his species. And he says, well, how am I going to do that? And he tells her about the power, and she basically tells him what little she knows about the Jedi, calling them sorcerers. And he says, were they an enemy? She says no. She says their species were. So obviously, the Mandalorians and Jedi do have a very hard past relationship with their history. And she basically tells him, he says, well, what, you want me to raise him? She says no. She says, yes, you will raise him. She says, but he looks at you like a father, so you will be the father of this child. You cannot raise him in the Mandalorian way to train him, because he will die. So he basically states, okay, fine. After arguing, then she brands him a clan member, which was absolutely amazing to finally see that he finally is a member. And then she says, before you go, I have another gift. Gives him a jetpack. So our boy finally has a jetpack, like Boba Fett / Jango Fett. So he gets one finally. And she says, you will learn how to use it in time. So they leave, and then as soon as more stormtroopers come, we get to see Amazing with the head of the clan leader. She just knocks him with her tools, with her hammer and her scissors, which was absolutely badass. It was so amazing to see that. And then we get to see where they go to a lava river, where what looks to be a R2-D2 sort of droid. We get to see where it's getting them, and then the hunter droid basically states, I can no longer protect the child, because they do see where there's more stormtroopers. He's survived and captured. Cannot have that happen. So he does go into the lava pit, go through where the stormtroopers are, and he self-destructs. And as soon as that happens, they exit the lava pit, the lava river, and we get to see where he is in a TIE fighter, the head of the Imperial. And so they're like, okay, well, he's going to hit us next time. And Mando goes, no, not this time. Uses the jetpack, gets onto the TIE fighter, uses a bomb, blows the TIE fighter out of the sky, and he lands. And then we get to see where they're saying their goodbyes, where the head of the guild states, hey, your name's been cleared. You can come back when you want. He even asks his car if she wants to join. She says, nah, no thanks. And he says, no, I got other plans. And he basically states that he has to go find where this child can finally have a home, since now he is part of this so-called family. So he just picks them up and he leaves them in the dust where Kara as well as the head guild is, and he tells them, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. And basically it's symbolic to where how he was saved and brought into the Mandos, and he pretty much did the same thing. So now Baby Yoda is a foundling to the Mandalorian as of right now. He is part of the Mandalorian family as of right now, until he finds his actual family. Then we also get to see where he buries Quill and he leaves. And as soon as they're in the ship, he just looks at Baby Yoda, and he has the Mandalorian symbol, and he says, I haven't seen this since I was a child. And he gives it, and he just lets him have it, and he goes, huh. He says, how about you hold on to it for me? And then, of course, that's where the episode is about ready to end. But then we go back to the planet. We see the TIE fighter, and we see someone trying to cut out of the TIE fighter. We see Jim Magma, and which was crazy because he has now the Darksaber. Guys, the Darksaber we have not seen since Star Wars Rebels and Clone Wars, which we're probably going to see more in Clone Wars when it does return, because Darth Maul did have it. And among others, it has fallen in and out of the hands of the Mandalorian. So whoever does wield the Darksaber is the true leader of Mandalore, or of the Mandalorians, which is by their culture, has been going on for years. So there is a lot of speculation on what's possibly going to happen in Season 2. There will be, more than likely, a lot of possible Jedi. Hopefully we may even see Luke. Maybe we're going to see more of the species. Right now it's all up in the air. There's going to be a lot of theories, a lot of speculation videos that I'm going to be doing for Mandalorian in the future, so that way we can go ahead and kind of guess to see what's going to happen until we actually have confirmation. We may see, hell, we may even see Ahsoka, we may see Ezra, we may see Luke, we may see more of Yoda's species. We're going to be seeing more Mandalorians more than likely, but this is going to be amazing. Now, throughout the entire season, enjoyed every episode. Definitely going to be bringing out more theories for you guys as well. You guys seem to like it, so let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. Hope you guys are enjoying the holidays as well. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll be seeing you guys on the very next one.